The Northern Territory Police Force holds concerns for the welfare of 5-year-old Sharon, who was reported missing from Alice Springs on Saturday night. Around 1:35 a.m, police received reports that Sharon could not be located at her residence on Marshall Court, Old Timers Camp in Alice Springs. It is believed she was last seen around about 11:30 p.m. that night, being Saturday night. She was last seen wearing a dark blue short sleeve t-shirt with a white ring stripe around the neck and white ring stripe around the end of the sleeves, and a pair of black boxer style underwear. Police have conducted an initial search of the area and have been unable to locate Sharon at this point in time. Police are urging anyone with information to make contact on 131 444 and quote reference number P26120934. Search teams have consisted of the drone unit, horses, dog operations, TRG, ATVs, motorcycles, ground units and NTES volunteers. Up to date, that search continues. Further to the information I've just provided, the Northern Territory Police can now confirm they are seeking the public assistance to locate a 47-year-old male by the name of Jefferson Lewis. Police believe Mr. Lewis can assist with inquiries at this point in time. A photo of Mr. Lewis will be provided shortly after this press conference for dissemination to the greater public. We can confirm that he is believed to have been in the area around that time and staying at the residence. He currently remains one of the few people who were in Old Timers Camp at the time and who has not made themselves known to police, nor have police been able to locate him at this point in time. Police can confirm that he has recently been released from prison and is currently the subject of no conditions. An extensive investigation remains underway.
Can we extrapolate from what you've said here that you believe Sharon has been abducted?
We do believe Sharon has been abducted, and we believe Mr. Jefferson may be able to provide us with some information in regards to that.
What were his convictions? What had he been in jail for?
I can't advise the extent of them, but a lot of them were physical assaults. I believe there was some domestic violence history possibly.
Were any of them related to child-related offences?
No.
In terms of you said he has no conditions. Was he living in Old Timers Camp at that time?
Yeah, it's a little bit unclear. We're still trying to work through his movements since he got out of prison. We certainly know that he was in and around Old Timers Camp and that particular residence Saturday afternoon into that evening.
Is he related to Sharon?
No, not that we're aware of. There might be a very peripheral link, but not directly related.
Is he known to her? And her family?
At this stage, we're yet to confirm that, but I would suggest so. He was in and around the house at that point in time, so I'm assuming there was some sort of recognition of who he may be.
Who else was in the house at the time?
Can't confirm numbers at this stage, but certainly Sharon and her mother and some other family members.
Can you give us an indication of what your priorities are now as far as the police investigation goes, as far as tracking this man down, what you're doing to try and find him?
We're doing everything within our power to do it. Major crime are currently en route. They've probably landed. They're going to take carriage of the criminal portion of this investigation. We've got 2 investigations running concurrently, the criminal, plus we've also got the search and rescue effort that is currently underway. We don't know, or we don't have any information in regards to whether Mr. Lewis has access to a vehicle. We don't think he does. So we're hoping that he's still in the immediate area, and if he is involved, we certainly hope that no harm has come to Sharon.
What CCTV vision is available? Have you been able to have any trace of his movement through that?
We do have some CCTV footage. Some of that will be disseminated in regards to providing media with his image.
Was he with the girl at that time?
No.
So there's no exact... you don't have any evidence yet that he's with Sharon, or it's strongly suspected?
Look, it's suspected at this point in time. We think he can provide information. Certainly, he's the only person who we haven't been able to locate and speak to, who was in and around that area at the time. Considering himself and Sharon went missing at around about the same time, it certainly brings about those suspicious circumstances, and we'd like to speak to him about that.
We've heard some people from the ground tell us at the ABC that this man who'd been released from prison was perhaps behaving erratically around that community in the day prior or the day during. Can you confirm that?
No, I can't confirm that at this point in time.
Are you in contact with people who know this man, his family members or others, and what are they saying to you, and what is your advice to them?
Yep, I can't comment fully in regards to that question, but be rest assured that's part of the investigative process. All of his family members and his links are being contacted and spoken to appropriately.
Will there be searches now in Alice Springs? Will there be roadblocks and that type of traffic type search that will, I guess, cause some disruption around Alice Springs?
We're still working through that process. At this point in time, that's not the case. Whether or not we need to get to that point, we'll certainly provide some information to the public in regards to that. But at this point in time, I wouldn't imagine so.
This is kind of worse nightmare type stuff for Sharon's family, no doubt. How are they holding up? What kind of support are they getting?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it's a terrible situation to have such a young child go missing. We're over 24 hours now. So it'd certainly be my worst nightmare as a parent. We're wrapping around the mother. We've actually facilitated some other accommodation just to provide her with some extra support and her family members. So certainly the call for public assistance, please, if you've got any information, regardless of how small in detail you think it may be, please let us know. You just don't know what piece of information may complete the jigsaw puzzle that we may need to find a successful resolution to this matter, which is exactly what we want. We want to find Sharon healthy, and we want to get her back to her family.